Hi, I'm Gary McCarthy, Mayor of the City of Schenectady. I've worked hard to make your local government more open and transparent so the citizens of this city can see where their tax dollars go. As part of this effort, I've instructed the different departments of the city to make a short public access TV show explaining what each department does and how they serve the public. The first in this series is the Law Department.
My name is Tiffany White. I'm the litigation paralegal for the City of Schenectady. I handle and process all the claims and lawsuits that are filed with the city.
Hi, I'm Frank Salamone. I'm an assistant corporation counsel in the City of Schenectady.
Hi, I'm April Valentino. I'm the code enforcement specialist paralegal, and I prepare the paperwork to prosecute code enforcement cases.
Hi, I'm Shanza Malik. I'm an assistant corporation counsel at the City of Schenectady. I work over here in City Hall.
Hi, my name is Marianne. I'm a paralegal here in the Law Department that processes Freedom of Information Act requests for the City of Schenectady.
Hello, my name is John Polster. I am the Corporation Counsel for the City of Schenectady.
Hi, I'm Carl Faltico, the Deputy Corporation Counsel for the Law Department here in the City of Schenectady. We decided to start with the Law Department in this series of public access shows about the different departments in City Hall because the Law Department plays an integral role in almost everything that goes on here in City Hall. Because of that, we have a very broad law practice area that includes finance, contracts, prosecutions, defense work. We need to know the rules and regulations of the federal, state, and local governments and their different policies and procedures, and we also have to understand the legislative process for all those different levels of government. Specifically, some of the things we did last year is we processed over 1,000 Freedom of Information Act requests, defended the city in over 100 tax certiorari cases, foreclosed on over 160 properties, prosecuted over 1,000 city code violations, negotiated with our 11 different unions and dealt with grievances from all of them, which encompasses hundreds of members, and we defended the city in an average of 1 new lawsuit per week. And I think one of the most impressive things about all that is the Law Department's only staffed with 8 employees and we make up less than 1% of the city budget. Now, let's go inside. This is the room that you're going to come into when you first come to the Law Department. It houses our 3 paralegals in their workspaces. The first one you see when you come in is Tiffany White.
My name is Tiffany White. I'm the litigation paralegal for the City of Schenectady. I handle and process all the claims and lawsuits that are filed with the city, and I work very closely with the City of Schenectady's insurance carrier, their adjusters and attorneys, in getting reports and documents to them and handling the defense of all legal matters. I also draft pleadings and contracts and do other various legal work under the supervision of the attorneys.
Hi, I'm April Valentino. I'm the code enforcement specialist paralegal, and I prepare the paperwork to prosecute code enforcement cases.
The other paralegal we have here right now is Marianne McCutcheon.
Hi, my name is Marianne. I'm a paralegal for the City of Schenectady Law Department. I process all the Freedom of Information Act requests for the City of Schenectady. Freedom of information allows public access to city records.
That's about all there is to see here, so let's continue the tour. So when you come through the doorway from the main office, you get over here, which is just a little space where we keep some of our filing cabinets, and we have 3 of our attorney offices. First office is over here. This is mine. And then next we get over here to our assistant corporation counsel, Shanza Malik.
Hi, I'm Shanza Malik. I'm an assistant corporation counsel at the City of Schenectady. I work over here in City Hall. Before moving to Schenectady, I went to law school at Syracuse University, and before that went to college at Stony Brook University down on Long Island, which is also where I grew up. The Law Department aims to improve the quality of life for the people of Schenectady, and we do so by taking on various functions in-house, such as defending claims against the city, keeping costs in the city low, and attempting to keep as many municipal functions in-house as possible. It's our job to ensure that the legal requirements are satisfied for competitive bidding, and oftentimes we work with other city departments to come up with the most favorable contracts. We also meet directly with service providers and convey the needs of the city during contract negotiations, and we like to advocate on behalf of the citizens in order to ensure that quality of life remains high and costs remain low. Currently, the law department is working heavily on the Erie Boulevard project. The Corporation Counsel's office is aiming to break through some of the red tape and reconcile all the rules and regulations applying to the state, federal, and local funding that we receive. And our goal is to ensure that the funding is utilized most effectively without cost to taxpayers. So that's very pertinent to our citizenry. I also work on legislation for this office, and essentially whenever legislative requests go before the committee and are voted on by the council, resolutions need to be drafted in order to be presented during city council meetings. All of those legislative requests come through our office and are drafted up by myself as well as the other corporation councils, and then approved by John Polster and sent back down to council. My favorite part of the job is being able to go into court and work directly with the people here in Schenectady. It's always nice to be able to help someone one-on-one and know that I've made a difference in their day, even if it's relatively small matters such as a traffic concern or a dog licensing issue. It's just those little things that make it feel like I'm really making a difference on a personal level.
Hi, I'm Frank Salamone. I'm an assistant corporation counsel in the city of Schenectady. I've worked here since January. I went to college in Utica. I majored in economic crime investigation. I went to Hofstra Law School. I was admitted to practice law in 2009. And prior to working here, I was in-house counsel to a financial advisory firm that managed about $500 million in assets. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what the City of Schenectady Law Department does to protect the public. One of the major things that we do is code enforcement. Once building code does an investigation on a property, it's the law department that ensures that building code violations are not only prosecuted, but that the buildings are repaired, so that people can know that if they visit a property, that they can be sure that the building is safe. One of the other things that the law department does to protect the public is we are in charge of prosecuting offenses related to the dog code. We prosecute dangerous dog cases where someone has a dog that attacks people, and therefore we can take action in order to ensure that such occurrences do not happen again. These are some of the most important things that we do to protect people, but there are other ways that we can protect people other than just physical injury. One of the things that the law department has tried to do is make it easier for the general public to work with the city, and particularly with our office. And one of the ways that we've done that is traditionally one of the major reasons people come to the law department is to submit FOIL requests. Now, you can go to the City of Schenectady's website in order to file a FOIL request without having to actually come to City Hall. FOIL, or the Freedom of Information Law, is a New York State law which mandates municipalities, such as the City of Schenectady, to make most of its records available for the general public. There are certain exemptions from the FOIL law, which include incidents of current crimes pending in court or certain employee actions, but by and large, most records are available to the general public. Waiting periods and how long it takes to actually get the FOIL request, but the law requires that the city provide the records within a certain number of days.
As you already heard, I'm Carl. I grew up in Saratoga Springs, and I went to college at Siena College over in Loudonville, where I majored in history and political science. After that, I went to St. John's Law School down in Queens, and I moved to Schenectady and after I graduated and took a job at the Schenectady District Attorney's Office. I worked there for a few years in the Special Victims Unit, prosecuting sex crimes and domestic violence cases. And then in the beginning of 2012, I started working here in the Law Department. So my main duties here in the Law Department are to supervise the city code prosecutions and defend the city in small claims cases. And I also handle some of the day-to-day activities of the office between the paralegals and the two assistant corporation counsels. You've heard a lot up to this point about what we do here in the Law Department, and it's also important to mention a couple of things that we don't do. First of all, we can't provide anyone with legal advice on almost any topic. Our client is the City of Schenectady, and even though people come here with questions that we sometimes can answer, we're really not allowed to talk about anyone's personal situations. So if you come here and ask, we're not trying to be rude, we're just not allowed to help you with some of the things that people ask us to. Other things that people sometimes come here for that we can't help them with are traffic tickets. Traffic tickets are handled by the Schenectady City Court, and we're the City of Schenectady. And the names sound similar, but they're actually two separate entities, and we don't have any access to their documents or records, and their office is right down the hall in room 204. Parking tickets as well. Even though the city does issue parking tickets, we can't help you with them up here in the Law Department. The City Traffic Bureau is over on Albany Street, where they can help you if you have an issue with any parking ticket you receive. Another thing we receive a lot of requests for, and people come in here for a lot, is copies of the videos taken by street video cameras. And those cameras are all administered by the county, so if you come in here for that, unfortunately we're going to have to send you up to the county to do a FOIL request with them. Just a couple other things, some public records, marriage certificates, birth certificates, dog licenses, that kind of stuff. That's handled here in City Hall, but you'll find that down in the city clerk's office. The thing I like most about the job is that I get the chance to interact with the public a lot. I get to go to a lot of community group meetings, and then I can take the concerns I hear there, right to the Corporation Counsel, the mayor, or this.
Hello, my name is John Polster. I am the Corporation Counsel for the City of Schenectady. And you might be wondering why I'm called the Corporation Counsel. Originally, when cities were set up, they were a municipal corporation. And the corporation had a counsel or attorney, and over the years it has just been referenced as Corporation Counsel. Basically, everything that goes on through the city, one way or another, this office is involved with. You have heard from other members of my office about the various responsibilities that each has, and we act as a team here, oftentimes covering for each other, but we are involved with just about everything that is happening. With the various boards, the zoning board, planning board, we wind up dealing with a lot of people that are trying to develop things in the city. We do the tax foreclosures to make sure that the people who are supposed to pay property taxes pay those taxes. That is the revenue that the city uses to run its operations. The basic function of this office is to provide advice to just about every department within the city whenever there is a legal question. And that can be on a contract. Is this term okay? Is that term okay? When the city sells property through development, we would handle the closing. We oversee all personnel issues. Any and all contracts have to go through our office for approval. Our days vary depending on the workload, depending on what is needed at any particular moment, attempting to make sure that everything that gets done properly and to the satisfaction of the public. One of the things that I find very gratifying in this job is that we are, as a whole, very much able to have input into the way things are done. And obviously, the sole function of the government is to provide services to the population in the city. And sometimes there is dispute over how something should be done. And there are generally always trade-offs that we have to deal with. But this office can have input to say, no, we should do it this way because it provides this benefit, or it costs less, or whatever. There can be many factors that would come into play. but we have an opportunity to play a very active role in making the government more responsive and allowing it to provide better service to its citizens.
We hope that you have enjoyed this short behind-the-scenes look at the Law Department. If you have any questions or need any further information, please feel free to contact us. And again, thank you for watching. Have a good day.